Police Department for about 5 years. And we always have plenty of people that we could bring up and nominate, but obviously Officer Hall rose to the top of, at this point, of some of the work that he's done over the last year. And he's been a patrol officer on late shift, and he's a very proactive police officer who's been involved in numerous arrests and all the things that you find whenever you're actually spending time looking for it. And with that said, I just want to read a couple of the incidences of why he's standing up here and why he's received a couple of the awards at the police department over the last year. During the past 12 months, Officer Hall has received a certificate of merit, a meritorious conduct award, and 4 departmental accommodations just in the last year. And just a couple of examples of some of the work that he's done and received those for was in May of this last year. Officer Hall and some officers responded to a suicidal 14-year-old female who was standing on the railing at Highway 34 on a bridge. The female was distraught and crying and would not speak with officers. The officers quickly acknowledged the girl was in crisis, and as a team moved in and took physical control of her, she later admitted that she wanted to commit suicide by jumping off the bridge. Quick thinking, sound tactics, and teamwork all played a role in potentially saving the life of this young Greeley citizen. Another incident in April, Officer Hall and some other officers responded to a disturbance, and the reporting party advised his son was destroying property in his home. When the officers contacted the male, he was sitting on a bed with 2 rifles at his feet and a loaded 9mm pistol on a dresser within 5 feet of him. The officers gave the male verbal commands as he concealed his hands. The male stood up and approached the officers, with them yelling at him to shoot him. Officer Hall deployed his taser with effect, and the officers safely took the subject into custody. Their actions averted a potentially deadly situation. And I'll just point out that I know that we all see whenever police officers end up shooting people, but I can tell you from what I see each and every week at the Greeley Police Department, there's at least once or twice a week where we don't end up using deadly force because of great training and officers like Officer Hall who figure out another way to get it done. And those are the kind of things that don't make the paper on a regular basis, but certainly happen. And another huge piece to Officer Hall, and the reason he's standing up here, is he's been involved in the Special Olympics of Colorado and has volunteered numerous hours in the past, his spare time, to make that a successful program. Earlier this year, Officer Hall met with City Manager Roy Otto and the broadcast crew of Channel 8 to promote the Northern Colorado Law Enforcement Polar Plunge, which is where they jump in the icy water to raise money. I haven't ever done that. Officer Hall assists with the annual Torch Run and now leads the Tip a Cop event at the Greeley, Texas Roadhouse to raise money for the Special Olympics. This effort resulted in raising over $38,000 this last year to help the Special Olympics of Colorado. So as you can tell, he's not only a great patrol officer that does great work, but he also cares about the community and those around him. So it's for that reason that he's being recognized here today for his great work.